All right, ECON update. Maybe the last one. There might be one for next week as well. But most of you are seniors, okay? And for seniors, finals are on the 8th this year, which is Friday, right? Which is this Friday. So I'm going to go through the ECON final a little bit with you to make sure that you know exactly what you are doing, okay? I want to make sure you get 100% on this or close to it, okay? But before I get to that, other things. Seniors, okay? So last assignment is our finals are on the 8th. I need your late work. If you're going to turn some in as quickly as you can by the 15th, preferably. So that gives you a week of time to do some makeup work. In addition to our final, we do have a few more crash course videos, the last ones, but a few of them I think will really help you understand some basic economic stuff for your regular life, which is why I assigned them. Remember, they're all 6, 7, 8 minutes long. And now the bell's gone. And despite being short, there's only like 5 or 6 questions too, right? So they're not that hard, right? Let's not pretend like they're that much harder than anything else. Other big thing with late work, I will accept anything from you from the second semester, right? From the entirety of this ECON course to help you pass. But you need to email me and tell me specifically what you are making up. If you make up a quiz from January, right, you need to email me and say, hey, Mr. Chandler, I just finished this macroeconomics quiz, right? Can you update my score? I'm not going to dig through every single assignment I have every day looking to see if you guys made up stuff. Okay, you need to tell me exactly what you missed at this point. That's your responsibility, okay? Especially as seniors, we're about to be adults, okay? I'm not going to hold your hand anymore. You need to tell me what you made up. Anyways, the final this year, I don't think it's super complicated. It's just going to be making a budget, right? One of the most simple but important things we have to do as adults. So I'm going to get out of the way so I can explain it to you. So you are going to use your knowledge of personal finance to help you complete this final. For the purpose of this final, you are going to make a budget for a new city that you are moving to. Okay, so I decided not to do anything in Colorado because we kind of did some of this budget stuff if we were staying in Colorado, so I just chose 2 random cities. So for this final, you're moving. You are either moving to Des Moines, Iowa, or San Antonio, Texas. Okay? You make $60,000 a year, right? Which is a little bit below the national average. That's $5,000 a month, right? I'm giving you a pretty good salary. You need to find housing. Okay? You may rent a house or buy a house. Okay? You need to find a car, a cell phone plan, internet, utilities, insurance, all that sort of stuff. Okay? The big parameters here, though, is you cannot spend more than 25% of your monthly income, which your monthly income is $5,000 per month. You can't spend more than 25% of that on housing. You must also save at least 10% of your income towards retirement. So that would be $500 a month or $6,000 a year has to go to your retirement, right? So really, you're dealing with $54,000 per year because $6,000 has to go into your retirement savings, okay? Big thing. Remember that. That's the only thing, or maybe not the only thing, that's the biggest thing that is going to take points away on your final is if you spend more than 25% of your income on housing and you don't save 10% for retirement. That will be major points that I will take off, right? So, first question here, what city did you choose? It's up to you, right? Up to you, make that choice. I don't care. Housing, right? So, what house did you find? Are you owning or renting? Okay, so again, we've done an activity similar to this. Use the websites Zillow.com or Realtor.com to help you find housing. Use Google's mortgage calculator to help you figure out what your mortgage will be. Just literally type in mortgage calculator to Google and search, and then it'll bring up a little calculator for you. Okay? We can assume, how about this? I'll be real nice. I will assume that you have 20% to put down. So when it asks you to put money down, put in 20%. Okay? You need to provide me with the address, the overall cost, and the monthly cost to purchase that house. So it's got to be in either Des Moines or San Antonio. Okay, it cannot be here in Colorado. It's going to be in either Des Moines or San Antonio. You need to give me their address, okay, a link that goes to the listing on Realtor or Zillow. Okay, then you need to tell me, so overall, how much is this house worth? And then what is your monthly mortgage payment that you figured out using that calculator? Then you need to tell me what percentage of your income What percentage of your income is going to be spent on housing? How much are you going to spend on your house payment, your mortgage, or your rent? So you're going to take that mortgage, whatever that number is, and divide it by your monthly income, okay, which was $5,000. However, right, remember you got to keep that retirement stuff in there. So 10% of that $5,000 needs to go to retirement. So that's really $4,500. So you take $500 away. Then you will do the dividing and tell me this. But remember, if it's above 25%, then you need to go find a different house, right? We're not spending above 25% on housing. All right, section 2, your car. Okay, we've done this before too. You need to find a car. How much are your monthly payments going to be? So use AutoTrader, Carvana, or TrueCar.com to help you find a car. Then again, Google's got an auto loan calculator, so just type in auto loan calculator to help you figure out payments. You need to provide me with the make, model, and mileage of the car. So it's a Subaru Forester 2019, and it's got this many miles on it, right? A link to the car listing you found. Make sure that the car is in or near the city that you have moved to, right? It's got to be around Des Moines or San Antonio. It doesn't have to be specifically in there. Maybe you drive out of San Antonio to another city to buy this car. That's fine too. So you need to tell me how much your monthly payments are as well, right? It's the second question. So tell me the car with all the information and tell me how much your car payments are per month. All right, utilities, insurance. Find a cell phone plan. Tell me the carrier, the plan, and the cost. Most of those are done nationally, so that'll be easy for you to find. Find an internet cable provider. Usually these things are the same company and they bundle plans. So you need to Google internet and cable provider for Des Moines, Iowa, or for San Antonio, Texas, and choose which plan and tell me how much it is going to be. Streaming services, right? We stream most of our stuff nowadays. Tell me what streaming services you're going to pay for, right? In my example, I put in there, we watch Netflix, ESPN Plus a lot, and HBO Now, and you put that all together, it's about $40 per month. Remember, if you do Apple Music, that costs money per month, right? And so does Spotify Premium if you sign up for something like that. So add them all up. It could be more than this, right? I have more than this, right? We have Hulu as well, and we have Sling, and that might be it. Those are all the big ones, right? So mine's actually a little bit more than this, but that's just an example. Next one, try to find an average for electricity, heat, water, sewage cost for the city you have chosen and tell me what that cost is. It might be hard to find an exact number for this, so what will probably be easier for you is just to Google, search, or whatever, if you want to use Yahoo, I don't think anyone does anymore, but search for the average electricity bill for Des Moines, Iowa, and then just write that number down and then do the same thing for heating and water and sewage, then add those numbers together and put that in your answer. Okay? Do the same thing for San Antonio. Next big or final big utilities thing will be your insurance. Okay, you have to have auto insurance. That is a law. Housing insurance, I'm not sure if it's mandated specifically by law, but it'd be really stupid for you not to have home or renter's insurance because it just protects all of your stuff and it's not that expensive. So if you are buying a house, you got to find me your house and home insurance. If you are renting, you got to find me your auto and renter's insurance. Okay. If you can't find an exact quote, then use Google to find average insurance payments for someone your age and the type of car you are choosing, and you can do the same thing for housing. So here's some examples of what you could search, right? Average auto insurance for an 18-year-old driving an SUV, right? So say the car you chose was an SUV. And you could probably add to that in Des Moines, Iowa, or in San Antonio, Texas, right? If you just chose a regular car, you could say average auto insurance for an 18-year-old driving a sedan or a car in Des Moines, Iowa, or San Antonio, Texas, right? Then just write that number down. Do the same thing. Average home insurance for a blank home, however much your house costs, right? You can't just do average housing insurance for Des Moines. You need to list how much the house is worth, because how much the house is worth is going to determine in some ways how much your insurance is going to cost, right? So after you've Googled the average auto insurance for an 18-year-old driving an SUV in Des Moines, and you write down that number, and then the average house insurance or home insurance for a $250,000 home in Des Moines, Iowa, write down that number, add them together, and then that'll be your answer right here. All right, savings. Now that you've done the rest of your budgeting, how much are you saving per month for your retirement? That should be 10%. Remember, that's the goal. It's got to be 10%. So what percentage of your monthly income is what you're saving? So you'll take all these numbers you just added up here, or all these numbers you just found, how much insurance costs, how much utilities cost, how much your streaming services and internet and cell phone cost, combined with how much your car costs every month, combined with how much your mortgage is every month. Right? You're going to take all those numbers up and you're going to subtract them from your monthly income, which is $5,000. What then do you have left over for savings? Right? So whatever that number is, 5,000 minus all those things, that's how much you're saving. Now take that number and divide it by 5,000, and it'll give you a percentage of what percent of your monthly income you're saving for retirement. If that is below 10%, then you need to go back up and lower payments. Maybe get a smaller house, maybe get a cheaper car, maybe get rid of some of your streaming services, or not get an unlimited plan on your cell phone because you have to save 10%. Okay? Now, 10%, right? So as long as you need to be over, right? So ideally, right, you'll have that 10% to save, but you got to have a little bit more money than that for other things that I haven't put in there, right? Groceries, vacations, clothes, activities, right? Add up all your expenses again, subtract them from your monthly income. Remember, you can't touch your retirement savings. And then tell me how much money you have left over to pay for all of these things. Okay, I put in there a quick note. It'll cost you around, or at least $50 a week per groceries just to feed yourself, right? So that's about $200 a month. And that's just one of these things, right? If you want to save extra money to go on vacations or to go out with your friends and do things, or to buy new clothes, if that's important to you, to buy clothes more often if you're big into fashion, you need to have more money. So that might require you to go back up there again and choose a cheaper car or a smaller home or less expensive streaming services or all that sort of stuff to make sure that you're still saving enough on top of your retirement to have money for the regular other things like groceries and vacations and clothes. Or maybe if you want to have a pet. Pets aren't cheap, right? You got to feed your dog, right? Dogs eat a lot. You got to feed your cat. You got to do all that stuff, right? So hopefully this all makes a lot of sense to you. That is your final, right? That's it. You can take as long as you want to take on this, but you only get one attempt, right? Only have it in there for one attempt. So take your time, go through it, use the internet to help you answer these questions. I truly believe it's one of the most important things for you to learn, just to be successful in life, how to budget. You can budget really well, then you're not going to have a whole lot of money problems. So hopefully this exercise will help you with that. If you have questions, let me know. Right? Let me know. Send me an email. I'll be around. I'm up at the school most days anyways too. So just let me know and I'll help you get through this. I don't want any of you to not pass this final. So please reach out and I'll help you. All right. Until next time.